Oh, there it is. I just refreshed the page and there it was.
See that we're live, I think.
Yeah, we are live. I'm just posting it on the Facebook page. So there we go. There we go. There we go. And we are there. Yes. So as you heard there from Rascal, yes, we indeed are live. So good evening to the BTCC Blueprints with STDash Design Season 12 at Dragon Trail for the second round of the championship. I am Sean, and joining me again is Rascal. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm pretty tired, but I'm sure that this will wake me up. It usually does. Touring cars I was pretty mad last week at the Red Bull Ring, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen this week.
Yeah, indeed. Just to mention, as you're just seeing here, Jake Hill is replacing Ash for this race. It was Thompson, but he's moved to the Halfords team, replacing Connor Hedden, so because Hedden's missing a week. So John has decided to step in for Connor's seat. And as I said, Jake, you can see they're setting the fastest time in practice with a 1:35, nearly a 1:34 actually. So before we talk about this track, we'll get to how the championship looks then after Red Bull Ring last week. And considering it was the Lewis and Ethan show last week, picking up 3 wins between each other, it is the champion, defending champion, Edwards leading the way on 51 points. Then it's his teammate Ethan on 46. Then there's a little bit of a gap. I think that is 9 points towards Adam Piper, sitting in 3rd in the championship, and currently I think he's 4th overall, as you can see. They're sliding his way through Town 6. 4th is Rob Schauler, Adam's teammate. And then you've got Alex Austin in 5th on 31 points, tied with Liam McEwen, the Season 9 champion, also on 31. The first of the newcomers, Luke Mitchell on 27, followed by Thomas Walsh, who definitely put on a show last week at Red Bull. He sits on 25 points. Rob Adams, Austin's teammate again, on 22. Another newcomer, Richie Bassi, on 21. And next up is Chris Clements, who had a strong first race but was unlucky in the following 2. He sits on 19. Ash Sharp, who's on 16 points, but obviously Thompson was there. Also, just to mention to the drivers that are replacing him, they only get half the points. So instead, Thompson would have been on 32, but instead Sharp was on 16. Connor Hedden on 13, and Leon Walsh returning to the championship on 12 points. For the teams championship, it is the Motorbase team on 97, followed by MG Racing on 69. Then,
nice.
Yeah, who were indeed. And you got the Hyundai of Wix Racing's Alex and Rob on 53, Powermax on 47, WSR on 40, Eurotech on 39, and Halford Yuasa on 38. So, Dragon Trail Gardens, Rascal, what do you think of this track?
It's a great track. It's one of the original tracks in the game, so obviously this track doesn't exist in real life, but kind of wish it did, because some of the racing it throws up is it's pretty spectacular.
Indeed, does look a very wide circuit here and all. Now, before we were going broadcasting, we were talking about what the corners to look out for. So, what would you say are the corners to watch out for? Where could be some good overtakes here?
I genuinely believe that there's going to be action at every single corner on this track, or there could be action at every single corner on this track. You have the first chicane, which is just crazy. The sausage curbs can throw your car any which way it decides. Like, it's a bit random, so you've got to trust your luck a bit. You have the hairpin. That's a prime overtaking opportunity. The S's, and then you have this long, quadruple apex right-hander, which it's just so unique to this track. As I think Piper's
just lost it just where you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a really challenging corner. You know, it sets you up for the straight. You want to take as much speed as possible because there's a long straight afterwards into a heavy braking zone of the double 90 left final complex. So yeah, I think that all of the corners on this track are going to be important. I mean, that's for any track, but this track is really fun to drive, and I don't think it's a bad corner on it.
Yeah, if this championship had the tyre wears on, this track would absolutely kill for the tyres, considering, you know, the first corner, the long sweeping left-hander, and what you were saying as well about, you know, the quadruple right-hand corners too. It would literally kill the front tyres around here, I reckon.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. You've got just so many corners that are massive tyre killers. And I think it would be bad on both sides of the tyres. You have the long left-hander to start, which would kill your right tyres, and then you have in the middle of the track you have of the circuit you've got the long right-hander, which is going to kill your left tyres. So, I mean, at least it will be balanced that way.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, the very tricky track this indeed, but it is still very, very fun. Just looking here then at Richie Massey's currently 6th fastest in there. He's slower than his teammate Clements, and by the looks of it, they're both on medium tyres. So obviously, them two have not contacted each other, seeing who's going to start on the medium tyres. But you reckon, recall back to what happened at Red Bull Ring, he was going to start on the mediums in the first race, but then he put on a set of super softs to then go into the mediums, which was a no-no, when he was going to be disqualified after the first race, but then he just decided to go to the back of the pack. So yeah, so he didn't get the disqualification. So I don't know who's going to start what on whatever tyres in the WSR camp. So here we go, we're going to get qualifying underway.
All those kind of things happen in the first race. Hopefully teams have ironed out issues, and we can just see them, you know, putting the best foot forward and some good racing.
So it looks like to me that Mitchell for Eurotech is going to go on mediums, so I'll just quickly write that down. Just try and yeah, Mitchell decided putting the mediums on for race 3 wasn't a good idea, so out they all go. So it looks like it's going to be Richie that comes out, oh no, behind actually. Now he's on mediums. Now what's Clements on? Clements on the super softs. So, right, so I'll write that down. So Massey's on the mediums. Hopefully he's not going to go into the pits and change to the super softs. So, who's that leading the way then? I can't see who that is. That's Mitchell leading the way. He's on mediums, followed by Clements, and then it is that is Ed. Oh God, Thompson getting very close to the back there. They don't want to be going battling. They don't want to be battling in qualifying.
That's the outlap, so you know, if you're going to do it now. Get it out of the way. I wonder if anyone's going to look for the slipstream on this track. There are a couple of straights which, you know, slips. Oh, as Graham, or was it Edwards? Edwards spins.
Is that up at turn 9? Is that the corner we were talking about?
It's just before the right-hander. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the entry to that, so that's not the ideal preparation for his qualifying. Again, it's an outlap, so it doesn't really matter, but there is a whole gaggle of cars onto the back straight.
There is.
And I wonder if they're going to try and space out a bit before going on to their hot laps. It doesn't look like it. So, yeah. I don't know, Savvy, what would you do if you were doing a hot lap now? You were qualifying. Would you want the slipstream or would you want the space?
A little bit of both, really. I would want, like, try and hang the gap.
You can't get both. You have to pick one.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you see how long that straightaway is, and then you got after the sausage curb, and then you got a bit of a straightaway, and then you got the quadruple right-hander, and then there's a little bit more, you know, a bit more of a straightaway. Yeah, I'd probably say maybe slipstream is possibly the way to go, I would say, rather than the clean air, but we'll see. We'll have a look then. So Luke is going to be on, he's on the mediums.
Just looking at the first sector times. John is the fastest through the first sector. with a 28.2.
And there he is, looking at him
He's
right
flying. Now
Going
they're coming up to
that awkward turn number 9, which will definitely catch a few people out, because it certainly caught out Edwards, and it's caught out Austin. It's caught out Austin, and someone has spun. I think he was in turn 10. Oh no, my apologies. I must have heard things. I do apologise. Carry on.
Jake Hill is purple in sector 2, and he was only a 10th shy of Thompson in the first sector. So Jake Hill is on a flying. He's flying at the moment, and we could potentially see him go to the top of the timing.
Now see if he can improve his time, what he did in practice, of a 35.0. Anyways, Mitchell goes to the top, but he's not going to be taking pole. Clements takes it for now. And as the rest of the field will make their way, Leon Walsh goes a little bit quicker than Mitchell, even though Leon is on the faster tyre.
So Clements actually.
Clements is beating Jake.
9 thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
Great lap from Clements.
And he did get some slipstream off Luke just ahead.
We see so Clements is all on his own up front. He's decided he doesn't want the slipstream, he doesn't want the distractions, he's just going for it. And that seems to be working for him because he's currently quickest.
Yeah, so at the moment it is Clements, then it's Jake Hill, and then Piper. Only 600 still separating first to third, and then they got a qualify second from Leon Walsh there in fourth position.
It seems to be that Rob Austin trying to. Well, I think he made a move on John, but John backed out of it.
Is that Adams? Yeah, Adams.
Sorry, Adams.
Oh no, are you on about Alex Austin?
No, well, I was talking about Rob Adams.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Rob.
Because I was going to say, because Austin's right behind, is just ahead of Thompson there in there.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Austin.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah. So here we go then, this is going to be the end of qualifying, already 5 seconds to go, so let's see if Clements was going to improve his time of a 36.3, and the answer is no, he doesn't improve, but let's see if anyone else improves their time. I think that's Leon coming across the line. Leon
and he goes
fastest,
4 tenths.
And McEwen goes quicker, goes into 6th position on a set of medium tyres, but then, wow, look at that! Austin gets the pole! No, it's Edwards! Edwards has got the pole! Well, all swap and change.
The championship leader showing his class right at the depth there. 22 thousandths of a second ahead of Schauder.
And it was half a temp separating Edwards to Hill from first to third. So that's how close qualified is. Here we go then, the first round of this session tonight, and it sees defending champion again, Edwards on the pole. Then it's Austin from Hill, Clements, Piper, Welsh, Mitchell, McEwen, Graham, Adams, Thompson, Welsh. 13th is Richie Massey and Schauder completing the field. That's the first of 10 laps, and we are going to get underway very, very soon. The BMWs will get off the line so good, and away we go then for the first race. And as expected, I think, yep, Edwards will hold on to the lead, but now Austin will go to the outside going into the first corner, but it's still going to be Edwards that's going to lead it though. Clements has already gained a spot up into third position with how good the BMWs are. Now in towards the chicane they go for the first time. Hopefully it's going to be nice and clean through there. Let's ride on board with the guy that's now in last position there. And Graham has gone a little bit wide, and someone is going off there. That's Leon. I believe that's Leon. No, it's Mitchell. Mitchell's just gone off there at the chicane. We'll have a look at a replay to see what happened to him. So he's having a side-by-side battle with McEwen. Now going into towards turn 2. Did he get hit? No, he just sort of slides and into Adams, and nothing Adams could have done there. So unfortunately there, disaster for Mitchell.
Up front there is some handbags between Clements and Jake Hill.
Oh,
they've been side by side for the last 5 corners, and Jake Hill with the outside line, he sweeps round to take 3rd place.
He's gone through, but now Clements could be under some threat from Piper going through the first of the quadruple right-handers. They're going to be side by side through the middle of it, and Piper looks like he is going to go into 4th position and then shuts the door in Clements' face. Piper said he's going to be more aggressive in these races tonight, so hopefully he's not going to be doing too much aggressiveness, otherwise he will pick up some penalties come the race stewards then. So So he's gained a spot, and it was quite cleanly there on Clements. But meanwhile, Edwards still leading the way. Then on
Piper
Austin.
ran a little bit wide, and that's going to maybe allow Clements to get the run. He's going to go defensive into the first corner.
Yeah. And I was just seeing there that Hill and Austin are side by side, and through into second place now goes Jake. So Jake is already setting his sights on Edwards just ahead. The gap already a second further down through the field. His teammate McEwen in 7th. Then you got in 8th place, and there's a look then at Schauler, who's in 9th, and he started this race in 14th place, so he's done well to get up there.
Oh, there is a big battle for 9th there, and Thompson's going to get the run on groups. That's Schauler.
That's Schauler.
Piper?
Yep.
Schauler.
No, that's Schauler.
Schauler.
Now been into what's
Doesn't quite
10-6
get the move done.
No, although Schauler runs very wide and puts the power on a bit too early. Yeah, Thompson went through.
I guess I spoke too soon there.
So Thompson, who was driving the Powermax car in the first race, he's gone to the Halfords Yuasa Racing, and he's now into 9th position, and he's going off wide at turn 9, and has he lost it? Oh, that's a nice save, but he's going to lose a few spots there. So Schauler's gone through, Adams not going to get through, so I mean he's done well to only lose 1 position there.
Yeah, I was very impressed that Thompson was able to hold that, but it did allow Schauler to Rob Schauler to go through. And is Thompson going to have a look down into the left-hander? He is. Yeah,
this double left-hand hairpin and back
he
again.
Gets stopped in time. Yeah,
so there's Seesaw him back in 4-4 position. Meanwhile, back up front, it is still Edwards, and the gap between himself to Jake is roughly sort of about the same. Oh no, it's coming down a heck of a lot now. And then Austin still
Jake
in
just
3rd.
Jake just set the fastest lap of the race, 35.5. So he's just over a second behind Edwards. So we'll see if he can start reeling him in. Oh, that gap's come way down, so Edwards must have made a mistake through the chicane.
And he's in the slipstream as well.
Yeah, Jake Hill can smell blood here.
Here we go. Oh, look at him. Really, Edwards really sideways in the middle of the braking there. Not too comfortable in the brakes at all yet is Edwards. And as you say there, Jake is definitely smelling blood here. Now we're going into what's these series of like these fast corners here, and then into this tricky turn 9, which has caught out a couple of people. Again, Edwards a little dab on the brakes, but he nearly lost it there because he did spin it there in the qualifying. Now into what's 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, the quadruple right-hander. It's going to be a matter of time when Jake's going to make an overtake, I reckon.
He's so close, you can sense it. But the BMW has really nice pull.
Oh, lately! Is he going to hold it? No, he's not. And the crisscross has happened, and Edwards is back in front.
But he's going to get a nice run out of the corner, so he's going to have the overspeed if Edwards doesn't defend this. So look, he's got the inside there, but look at that BMW, it's still pulling.
Yeah, that's got some good straight line speed. Here we go, then into the first corner.
Side by side through the sweeper.
Has he got through this time? Yes, indeed he does. So Edwards concedes and Jake's into the lead. And the way that he was in practice...
Oh, there was a little touch there.
Was
into
there
the first part of the chicane from Edwards. A little push, but no harm, no foul. And
now, look at Austin. Austin's catching.
And he's got a really nice run on
he does.
On Edwards.
He really does. He's going to go to the inside, into the hairpin at turn 6. Who's going to be late on the brakes? Is it going to be Edwards? Is it going to be Austin? Nearly hugs him in the middle of the corner. And will Austin have the position? No, they're still side by side in towards turn 7, 8 and 9. Also further back in the pack now, just seeing there that Graham and McEwen were having a battle. But Austin is through.
Yeah, he completed the move. He had the inside line for the left-hander, and yeah, just Edwards kind of had to back out. And they're not far off Jake Hill, so I don't know if Jake made a mistake somewhere. But this isn't over, and if I look, Edwards is right on. He's right on Austin.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. So Jake's going to go defensive into this double left-hander through turns 14 and 15.
Late.
Yeah, all too close there. So the top 3 are pretty much nose together, nose to tail, really. The gap is still coming down. Jake has got the fastest lap of the race so far. Is what you've seen further back, maybe?
So I'm seeing that at the front of the mediums field, you have Graham, and he's sort of caught up to the back of McEwen. Gap only less than 4 tenths now as they're going into sweeper, and coming down all the while. So it's sort of simmering there.
Yeah, we did see going off of the exit turn 6, they were close together. So that rivalry's not finished just yet.
And Luke Mitchell has caught up to the back of the pack. There are 5 cars scrapping for 10th, and he's going to make a move on Richie Massey.
Yep.
He's got the inside for the hairpin.
And I think Adams just ahead has gone ahead of Schauler, so that's another position change, just in front of him. Yep, indeed he is. So Rob's gone into 10th, Schauler down to 11th, and Mitchell up to 13th, and Massey down in 14th. Yep.
Yeah, Mitchell's not far off Thomas Welsh here. He's not far off 10th, so he can, after that awful start where he spun, he can now actually salvage quite a decent result. He's got really good pace today, does Luke Mitchell.
And he's also getting the medium tyres out the way, so he's going to be on the super softs the next 2 races. So just a good thing to get out of the worst tyre, I'd say, out of the way. And I think Adams went a little bit wide.
At the front of the field, Edwards
is in a second.
A very aggressive move on Austin. He's now up in second place.
Yeah, so here we go. Then into what's turn 14. Oh, yeah, that was a bit forceful, but, you know, I think that was a fair pass, so that's up into second place.
Cars.
That is traditional touring cars. If they can't find a way cleanly, they'll just hit you in the door, and, you know, that's it, away you go. So here we go, then. This lead is reunited. I would expect Jake to pull off into the distance, as Austin nearly loses it on the exit of turn 4.
Well, and so does Piper. Piper got very out of shape on the exit there.
See a replay of this then. He did say to me that he's having a problem with those sausage curbs, so here we go. Yeah, just understeered, didn't he? And yeah, that was a carbon copy of what Austin did.
Yeah, if he's not careful, he's going to allow the battle for fifth to catch up to him, because you have Clemens and
Leon having a storming race here. Leon Welsh, look at him go in 6th place.
Yeah, so well, he senses that Clemens is here for the taking. And look, he's on a personal best lap. As Clemens runs a little bit deep into the first part of the quadruple right, is Leon gonna be able to get the run on him? Oh, he's within
close,
a quarter
isn't
of a second.
He's so close.
Clemens goes defensive.
Yeah, so Leon's going to go around the outside through turns 14 and 15, but will he go for the crisscross or the cutback? No, he's going to stick it behind. It's what Leon needs anyways. He comes into this race last in the championship on 12 points, so...
Clemens is going defensive again. He's gone right the way to the pit wall.
Yeah, really up against the pit wall. Now into what's turn 1.
Who's around the outside.
That's a 5th gear corner too. 5th gear corner, how fast that is too. And again, Clemens holding on. Clemens had a good fast race at Red Bull last week. I think he actually finished in 5th, and then the next 2 races he was
there through the chicane.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
contact,
but Leon is really wanting this 5th place.
I got to say, these guys are, you know, considering it's touring cars, they are showing each other a lot of respect here.
Oh, he's trying to fake.
Good racing. Oh,
Leon was trying to fake.
Line, the dummy.
Oh, it might have.
He's going to get the cutback.
There's a little touch. There was a little touch there on turn 6.
Now side by side into the S's. Leon with the inside, but then that's going to turn to the outside.
But if he can hold it though for turn 9, that would be the inside. But no, he can't. Clemens holds on. Meanwhile, further up ahead there, Piper just clipped the gravel at turn 9.
Oh, and Savvy for the lead, Jake Hill and Edwards, they are nose to tail. In fact, Edwards flashing Jake Hill there.
Yeah, Hill was also flashing the left indicator too. So I don't know if they're having fun or they're having a bit of argumentative or something. I'm not too sure on that. But anyway, Hill still leads. The way he was going in practice, I would expect Jake to be off into the distance. But fair play though to Edwards.
He's got the hazards on.
He's indicating on. Yeah, he said, is there a bit of mind games going on or what? I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know too.
A bit of a cheeky, but maybe they're bump drafting. Maybe they're working together to pull a gap from the guys behind.
Well, it's
You know,
as far
they formed a temporary alliance.
As far as I know, there is no bump drafted in this championship except for your own teammate. You can bump draft your teammate, but you can't bump draft your rival. So, I don't know. Oh, is Edwards having a look on the inside? He is at turn 6, and through he goes. That's a nice part. Jake really, I don't know if he saw that coming or he just never bothered.
And Edwards actually flashed his hazards on there to say thank you for leaving me space. I don't know if that's mind games, if it's a sort of a sarcastic thank you, but he runs quite wide.
Oh, look at that!
Jake Hill's going to look onto the inside.
That was nearly a pass in the grass through turn 9, now into turn 10, inside now goes Jake. Side. And has he got back through? Yes, indeed he has. Jake has retaken the lead again.
That's an unbelievable move from Jake Hill. He sold Edwards there and got the inside.
And they're still indicating.
I tell you what.
Oh, Edwards gets into the right rear of Jake, but that's not going to upset that Mazda, the Power Max Mazda. So again, 2 more laps to go. Hill and Edwards for the win here at the moment. Now, Austin has dropped back in third. Then it's Piper in fourth. Clement still holding on to Leon there for the battle for fifth, and now McEwen is still holding off Ethan Graham there for eighth, and Thompson is now over 7 seconds ahead now out of this battle that's going on now. It's actually some chopping and changing actually. Richie Massey's down in 11th, Luke Mitchell down in 12th, Showler down in 13th, and Thomas Walsh all the way back down in last position. So Thomas not having a good first race at all, but he is getting those medium tyres out the way.
I tell you what, Thompson, he's on the super soft tyre, and the 2 ahead of him are both on medium, so if he can get his act together, he can get 7th place here. 2 laps to go, but he's only 1.2 seconds back, and especially if McEwen and Graham start fighting properly, then Thompson will be able to potentially, sneak into the battle.
Yeah, his last lap was his best personal lap of a 36.3, but the last lap was a 38.0, so he did make a mistake, which unfortunately we're too busy actually just watching the battle for the lead. I've just noticed there Luke Mitchell's done a pass on Richie Massey, so let's see if we can get a replay on this, and it looks like that's at turn 6. The pass was already made going into its turn 6 there.
When we talked about Luke Mitchell earlier, working his way back from that spin or that incident he had on the first lap, all the way up into 11th place. It's a really solid drive from him. And again, as you mentioned before, getting his mediums out of the way. So expect Luke to, as he runs quite wide. Oh, he's very wide.
Oh, he has gone very wide, yeah.
And Massey's gone through.
Well,
commentator's car strikes again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Luke.
Did he carry too much speed though? What was it? Just
and he goes for a big dive. Oh no!
Oh, he's gone off again at 14, that is. Let's get a replay then. Was it late on the brakes? Let's ride on board then with Mitchell.
Yeah, he completely outbraked himself. And he
really did. Oh, he nearly got into the back of Massey. Yeah, just a lapse of concentration on Mitchell's part there.
Just to go back up front, we have Jake Hill, who's pulled out a really nice gap to Edwards of 8/10. So I think I don't think Edwards can pull this back unless he has an absolutely mammoth final sector here. But it looks like it's going to be Jake Hill's to lose.
Indeed, unless if he barred a mistake at the he's come by turn 9, so I think everything's all fine now. Although the gap is closed down, so Edwards is now within slipstream distance now.
Yeah, but he's still quite far back. I think Jake Hill has got this. I mean, it's been a great defensive performance from him in the second half of the race, and yeah, I think he's going to hold on and take this win in race 1.
Indeed he is. So the returning driver, the 3 times champion of this series, Jake Hill, wins the first race. He will only get half points still to help Ash sharpen the points. Edwards will get second place. Alex Austin, a solid podium finish there for him. And then you got Adam Piper coming across the line in 4th. 5th then is Chris Clements. 6th is Leon Walsh. Superb result for him. And it's the battle for the mediums, which is going to be winning by McEwen, then Ethan Graham. 9th place for Thompson. 10th place for Rob Adams as he just comes across the line. line. He freed himself from that battle from 11th on back. So there goes Robbie, comes across the line now in 10th. 11th is Richie Massey. And then you got Luke Mitchell hugging against the pit. Well, what's he doing? He's slowing down. Has he disconnected? Oh, and Thomas Walsh has just gone into 12th because of it. Oh, what happened there at the end? Was that like a disconnection or I don't know? But yeah, there you go then. That was an interesting end there to the race there for Mitchell.
Oh, he works his way up from that incident on the first lap all the way to 11th. And then...
that happens. I don't know if it was like a wheel disconnection or if he's a pad controller.
I have absolutely no idea how to describe that, but I'm sure the answers will be found out soon enough. And anyway, we've got to move on to race 2 now.
Well, we'll just get the unofficial results then from the first race. So Jake Hill, I think there was no problem with that. First win for Jake. So therefore, there is now 3 winners in the 4 races. I'm just writing that down, by the way. So yeah, there we go. So Jake Hill won the first race. Lewis Edwards finished in 2nd. Alex Austin 3rd. Piper 4th. Clements, Welsh, McEwen. Who's that again? Ethan Graham in 8th. Thompson 9th. Adams, Massey, Welsh, Mitchell. Surprisingly to finish in 13th place, and Schauler finishing in 14th place. But that was a decent first race there. Rascal, what do you think of the first race then?
Oh, it was exciting. Really enjoyed it.
I'm just typing the points down unofficially, but yeah, what we're going to expect to see then in the second race then?
I think we're gonna see a lot of the guys who did well in the first race. If they put on mediums, they might not do so well in the second race. So we might see Jake Hill have it being in. If he's on mediums, he might be involved in a little bit of a midfield ding-dong with somebody. And I don't know what happened to Mitchell there at the end. So
yeah, that was an odd one.
He had the pace. He definitely had the pace in race 1. So if he can get it together for race 2, hopefully we can see a really good showing from him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very odd. I mean, that's the only thing I could really think of is maybe it was a disconnection or something. That's the only thing I can think of, really.
Yeah, maybe his controller ran out of battery. I don't know if he's.
Like I said, I don't know if he's a pad controller or is a pad user or a wheel. I'm not too sure.
If I watch, I think it's quite easy to tell. Well, it's not easy to tell, but you can definitely tell what someone is using based on how they drive. So we can find out during the next race potentially. Whether he's on a pad. If he's on wheel, I'd be surprised if he's on wheel after that. But maybe he can tell us in the comments.
Right then, so while you've been busy chatting there, I've managed to do the up-to-date points. So as it stands and coming to this race, unofficially, Edwards has now extended his lead in the championship to 15 points now over Ethan Graham. Edwards is on 69.
Nice.
Nope. Okay, lovely. Graham is on 54, Adam Piper on 50, and now it is Alex Austin, fresh off the podium in that first race. He now sits on 46 points, and 5th in the championship is McEwen on 40 points, but again, that is unofficial. Just seeing anyone else there, with that win though from Jake Hill. Just seeing what the chat was saying there, what Charlotte was saying. Just seeing there with the win that Jake Hill did, that puts Sharp now up to 27 points because he got the fastest lap in the last lap. And again, he's a replacement driver, so they only get half the points there. And Connor is now on 17 points. I think he's now last in the championship, so Thompson will need to do a lot better. But he did start that race on the mediums, so that's that out the way. So there we go. So we're getting ready then for the second race, and just seeing Liam is on the super softs, and looks like Clements is on the mediums. So I'll just quickly write all that down. What do you expect then in the second race then? Who do you think will get the pole?
Let me have a look. Who was on the mediums? Maybe McEwen.
McEwen and Graham. They were the two standout performances in the first race on mediums.
Yep. And you know, without the likes of, I think Jake Hill, if he's going to be on mediums, I can see that Edwards is on mediums. Piper's on mediums. So, yeah, I think the battle for the win will possibly be between Graham and McEwen. Edwards really gets out of shape on the. He completely binned it at the exit of the chicane.
Who was that?
Edwards.
Again?
Not Edwards, Graham.
Oh, Graham. Okay.
Graham binned it. Big time.
We are actually missing someone. Who are we missing? Are we missing Massey?
Someone's not entered.
Yeah, I think we're not seeing Richard Massey.
Massey hasn't entered as of yet.
And I think Edwards.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I'm sure he will join. Let's have a look then. So yeah, it looks like we had 7 races starting the mediums in the first race, 7 people starting the mediums in the second race, so everyone's going to be on the softs for the third race, so that's going to be exciting to watch.
I'm seeing a lot of spins at the moment. Clemens getting
Piper's just spun! Just when you called it, Piper's just spun in the middle of the chicane at turns 2, 3 and 4. Again, just clipping too much of the sausage cab, sorry. Carry on.
No, I was just saying a lot of people were spinning. And you kind of
right on cue, basically
emphasised my point. Yeah, exactly. Really drove it home.
So just again looking at the standings, then Edwards on 69.
I think I just saw Leon Walsh recovering from a spin as well.
Oh, just trying to see where he is there. There he is. There. No, I think he just stopped. Who are we missing? We are definitely missing. Oh no, Richie's in. Okay, Richie's in. So we've got all of them in. So let's get another 5-minute qualifying, and let's see who will get the pole in this race. So at the moment, as it stands, the only people that's had the pole so far has been Piper and Edwards 3 times already. So I don't think Edwards is going to get the pole in this race.
Well, we also had was Jake Hill on pole in the last race? Oh no, it was
Edwards. Yeah, it was Edwards.
But it was Edwards. Maybe we'll see someone else take pole at the, in this one, but Graham is also extremely strong. So we'll see if McEwen can challenge.
So the field then all making their way on towards the backstretch. They go, and then into the hairpin of turn 6, that is. So far it is Adams that's leading the way. He was the first to come out. Adams needs to pick up the pace here. He was a championship contender last season, but so far he's now currently sitting on 28 points. He's sitting 10th in the standings, so Rob needs to get something going here. Otherwise, this has already been a bit of a disappointment season for Rob, as he, like I said, was a contender to win the title last season. Followed behind is Graham in the motor-based BMW, and then you got Thomas Walsh in 3rd. And then you got his teammate Thompson for 1 week only again before Connor Heading gets back in the wheel for next week. And hopefully we'll get to see Ash Sharp back at the wheel in McEwen's team for the 3rd round and also the halfway point of the championship. Clements here. First of the guys out on mediums, followed by Mitchell, who's now on the super softs, and then you've got Schauler on the super softs.
There's a big traffic jam at the last chicane of the lap. Kind of cleared itself up. So you have Liam, who's now in space, and then right behind him you have the championship leader Edwards, followed by Leon Walsh, Piper, Massey, Jake Hill, and
Austin.
Austin. I get those two mixed up all the time. Sorry, Austin and Adams.
Bit of gravel being kicked up there, going on towards turn 2. Don't know who that was when we were looking at Austin. There goes Jake, winner of the first race, and a little bit sideways then from Austin. But meanwhile, let's have a look at his teammate, making his way through the little S-curves, a complex, and then through this tricky turn 9, which he had a bit of a moment in practice. She's made it nice and tidy through there. Now into its 10, 11, 12 and 13. This quadruple right-hander. It looks all nice and tidy so far for Rob.
Graham has gone fastest in the middle sector, but his first sector was half a second slower than Liam McEwen, who has now gone fastest in the second sector. So he's the fastest man on track right now. He's purple in both sector 1 and 2. So McEwen, can he be the first person? Can he be the first one to take pole that isn't in one of the what are they called? The motor-based cars. There we go.
Oh, he's just made 10:15 completely wrong. Oh, he just turned in too early at 10:15. We were looking at him when you were saying he was the fastest, and he's completely bolstered up, and he's reversing. He's reversing because he's got engine damage. He's reversing because he's got engine damage, and he wants to get a nice run up. Now I remember.
So what he's doing, he's waiting for the engine damage to go, and then he's gonna try and do one flying lap because he's got a minute left to start his final lap, and now he's gonna go. Now I'm wondering if that is actually allowed, because apparently Piper got disqualified because he was going the wrong way in qualifying. Now he was reversing. I think that might be okay, but I'm not too sure on that. But he sets a blistering 2-minute 9.9 there for McEwen. Oh, that must hurt so much, because he was by far quicker, the quickest in the first 2 sectors, by far. And it would have been any final sector would have probably put him on pole, but yeah, completely bolstered up, and now he's got it all to do on his one lap. And he's gone purple again, first sector. We're just looking here then at the current pole sitter at the moment. Ethan Graham hasn't set a pole to his name so far this season, but he will want to make a motor-based performance on the pole for yet again. But let's see what Adams can do as qualifying is over. Adams doesn't improve. Ethan Graham improves by over half a second, and he's nearly 3/4 of a second quicker of Luke Mitchell, who's coming across the line right now, who does not improve at all. So it's really all down. Thomas Walsh improves to 4th, Jake's down to 5th, but all eyes is on Ethan Graham, McEwen, to see if he goes and improves his time. Richie Massey goes quicker with a 36.9. That will put him in 6th position, only 15,000 slower than Jake, and Jake's just even left the forwards there. So Jake, 5th position in that Mazda on the medium tyres. That's pretty good. This is it for Liam. He's running the final corner. Can he usurp Graham for pole? And his the answer is, I don't think he is, you know. No, he's not. Second place. Second place. So Ethan Graham gets a pole position, and that is Motorbase. That is 4 pole positions out of 5. Dominance. Indeed. Yep. So championship point then to Ethan Graham, and this is how they'll look then for the second race. And I tell you what, McEwen will be so mad. Anyway, Graham, McEwen, Mitchell, Adams, Walsh, Hill, Massey, Clements, Piper, Edwards in 10th. Then 11th was Austin. Then Schauler in 12th on the struggling. Must be that Lexus must be really struggling. Leon Welsh and John Thompson rounding out the field. And we are getting ready for the second race again as the red lights are on, green, and away we go. And it looks like it's a good start maybe for McEwen. We do know McEwen is a demon starter, but then again, the BMW gets off the line so Mitchell's good. Looking around the outside already into the sweeper for the lead of the race. He's got a great start, but now McEwen trying to fight back. Got the inside into the chicane, and he's gonna hold. Oh, they're side by side. I saw a bit of contact there. I think it was with one of the Halfords cars. That would be Thomas Walsh, but it looks like he's all fine. Well, nice and clean through there. Jake in 6th position, yep. So he's pretty much in his qualifying. Everybody seemed to make it through okay. The timing, we've not had anything happen so far, but they're going 3 abreast. 3 abreast now into the hairpin.
And Clements nearly gets in, and there's yellow flags. Who's gone off? It's Mitchell.
It's
Mitchell's gone off again. Oh, Luke, what have you done? Did he know? Did he have help?
And he's quit. And he's quit.
He's left. Yeah. Now, did he have help? Let's see. It's right on board with him. Oh, he may have got pushed off there, and around he went. So he might have got. Yeah, he did sort of get shoved out to the high side. But that's the end for Mitchell, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, that's got a sting, but you don't rage quit in the middle of a race. You
just got to get on with it.
You got to get on with it. You know, that could happen to anybody. You whine about, you can complain and you can report people afterwards, but during the race, you just got to get on with the job.
That's what I like to see. Just get on with it, you know. What was the phrase I said before? Shandle it. That was it. Something like that. Anyways, Graham's still with the lead.
There's a nice battle for third place brewing here with Thomas Welsh getting into the back of Rob Austin, I believe, and that's for third place. But Adams, god damn it! Yeah, I've got it in front of me as well now. So
Rob Austin is the actual touring car driver.
Apologies, Rob Adams.
Oh, in the background, I've just seen there, Edwards making a look on the inside of Clements, and that's maybe a position change, and indeed he is. So Edwards sideways in the middle of turn 6, and he's bringing Schauler with him as well. So Schauler's not been too good in qualifying, but makes up in the race, and he's gained 2 positions now with Schauler, so up to 7th now.
Well, Schauler's on the soft tyres, so he really needs to get a move on. Jake Hill ahead of him is on the mediums, and he's just kept his nose clean. And he's already got a nice gap to, you know, almost 2 seconds to everyone behind him. Really good going from Jake. I just love this. You've got 8th through to, I think, 10th are separated by. Oh wait, and
7th.
Then
You got 7th.
Yeah,
Schauler's there too.
From 6th backwards, they're all relying as done as.
Austin's went a little wide through turn 14. He's going to lose a spot to Thompson.
He didn't run wide. He actually got pushed a bit by Thompson. I think it was I'm not sure it was the cleanest move in the world.
Oh, it was Piper. It was Piper.
Apologies there. So Thompson just made the most of it, and now, Schauler's.
Oh, they're free abreast. It's off the exit turn 1, and off goes Thompson. Scrapes the wall, and through goes Leon. He's up now into 10th position.
So Leon's just seeing everyone elbowing each other, and he's just used it as an opportunity to breeze by. It's a brilliant move from him, but I think the steward's going to be having a word with Austin after the race, because that wasn't necessarily clean. He's trying to defend from Piper.
I'm just hoping not what. I'm hoping from Austin's sake that I don't think he thought it was Thompson that hit him off. I mean, I don't know if that was an act of revenge, but you know, it wasn't Thompson that took you out there, Alex. It was Adam. I mean, we mentioned about how Adam's aggression, he needs to be up there.
Well, that's the thing. Even if someone takes you out, you can't retaliate. I mean, that's just bad driving, dangerous driving, and yeah. You know, it's not going to be looked at well if you retaliate to contact and to a bad move made on you. Is Clemens going to have a look at Edwards? No, Edwards now is he going to get the run on
Schauler?
Schauler, not as of yet, but Schauler's not pulling away like I expected him to on the super soft tyre. In fact, Jake Hill's pulled even further away with all of this going on behind him. It's really solid. And then, sorry,
I was going to say, Rob was saying in the chat before doing the practicing that he wasn't enjoying this track with this MG. With the Lexus, even though this is pretty much as Edwards nearly loses it.
Yeah.
I mean, this bit here, this is where the Lexus can pull its leg as well as the front straightaway, and before going into its 10-14. But it just doesn't seem that Schauler's too comfortable with this car around here.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how the Group 4 Lexus handles, but I think, you know, this track puts a lot of pressure on your front tires. Maybe he's sort of understeering a lot, and that's a problem because you've got a lot of these long corners. Really, the issue is if you're understeering, then you're losing time, like in a big way. As I see Jake Hill's up to 5th place and Thomas Welsh is down to 6th. I don't know what happened there, but Jake's now.
Jake is actually catching up to Massey and Rob. And don't forget, Jake is on those medium tyres as Richie gets it all wrong off of turn 15.
I mean, it shows you how good a driver Jake Hill is.
Well, this is what this.
He's in the slipstream.
This is basically a touring car driver just showing what he's doing. And I think the last time I heard Jake, he's actually a pad user. You think as an actual touring car driver, he would use a wheel, but no, he is a pad user.
Let me have a look. I can see that. I can see that in his inputs. So he's using pad, and he's quick.
Oh yeah.
He's got these little movements, and so that's how you can tell if someone's a pad user. So if the red dot indicates the steering angle, and if it's moving sharply.
Wow! Look, he's trying to push. Look at him, he's pushing Massey. Look at him. Go on, Jake.
Yeah, as I'm talking about steering angles, what the hell am I chatting about? I mean, look at this is what we came to see, some really good racing, and yeah, no quarter given by Massey there, even to a touring car driver.
Yeah,
no respect shown.
Yeah, I mean, Jake had the speed off of turn 6, but Massey was like, no, you're not getting by me through that there, like, no way. But he's still there, though. He is still within touching distance of that battle for the bottom step of the opponent. As he gets really late on the brakes there at turn 14, nearly gets into the back of Massey.
Yeah, but he is gonna have a bit more speed going down the straight as we've got Massey and is that Adams?
And Massey's going to have a look to the inside now. So battle for the bottom step of the podium, and it's going to allow Jake to catch up here because it's this fast sweeping left-hander. And there you can see now he is closer now to the back Adams. Massey's up into 3rd position. Oh, this is just going to start the second half of the race here, and this is a great battle here with Jake's catching all wrong.
Really
still hold on to it.
He did well, but he did well to hold on to that, but it's not going to be what he needs.
I'm just to cut you off there, I've just noticed that McEwen is in the lead, and Graham is down to 2nd place.
Oh, and that's a big gap.
And Adams is back into 3rd. Sorry, carry on.
And Graham has damage. Well, he had damage on his front end, so he must have had an off. He was in the lead by a second over McEwen. So I don't know if he had an incident by himself.
He's had front bumper and front left damage there, so I'm guessing he must have went off at turn 4. I'm guessing. I'd say that's probably the only reason why he'd get that amount of damage on that side.
It's just not what he wanted. He was looking for that win, and now you've got McEwen who said thank you very much. He's got an almost 4-second advantage with 4 laps to go, or about to have 4 laps to go. So McEwen, opportunistic, shall we say?
Indeed.
You have to be there.
Yeah,
great stuff from him.
And now on board now with Thomas, who's in 6th position, and you see those 3 cars just head again, battling.
Wow.
Look at him, nose to tail.
The podium.
And again, Adams has gone by Massey. I think the pass was made at the S complex to turn 7, 8, and 9, and Thomas now getting really racy on the back of Hill, clipping those sausage curb and getting it sideways there, but keeps it going though, and didn't lose any time, did Jake? So they're going into what's turn 6 there now, and now Thomas thinking about having a look on the inside of Jake. Is he going to go late on the brakes, or is he trying to fake Jake out? Jake's far too experienced there to force a mistake there from him. And we've got 3 laps to go. Further back in the background, you see there's Schauler still ahead of Edwards, and there was Piper just running a little bit wide off turn 6. clipping up some grass there too. Liam Walsh in 11th, and then there is Alex Austin in 12th, and Thompson has really fallen down now in 13th place, but he must have made a mistake on the last lap.
I tell you, Austin knuckled down for a bit because he did pull a little bit of a gap to those behind, but he's not managed to quite break the slip, and now Massey's gonna try and use that to pull back in. He's a bit later on the brakes there, but he's under severe pressure from Jake Hill behind.
It's gonna be a risk of when to overtake, because if you want to overtake someone, you've got to make it stick. But the problem is the other guy's going to go by you if you're going to go around the outside. So, you know, Massey and Hill could be in a bit of a problem here. Because if Jake wants to make a move on Richie and doesn't work, Thomas is going to take full advantage of it. Anyway, we've got 3 laps to go now. And it's still battling for the bottom step. It's Adams, sorry, gets really wound up in the middle of turn 3.
That might be a penalty for Richie because he really cut that final part of the chicane.
Oh, there's no penalties in this game. No, penalties are never a thing in touring cars.
In that case, he's free to go. And he's gone late on the brakes down the outside. They're side by side.
He's getting on the power now, gets into Jake. And now they're 3 abreast, and Thomas is in the middle of it. 3 to 1 doesn't go, and Massey's gone off. Oh, Massey just learning the hard curves of touring cars. He's a bit of a newbie in this, but you know, welcome to BTCC, Richie. And again, he tried to make the move on the outside of Rob, gets on the power a bit too early, gets into Jake. Thomas was going in the middle of it, and then, you know, 3 to 1, like I says, don't go, and it was Massey that ended up second best.
Well, now Jake Hill on medium tyres. He's 2 laps away.
And he's having a look at the inside of Adams.
Going for a podium here.
Oh, Adams gave him the run, but he's got the inside again for turn 15. And will he get the power off the corner? Yes, he does. And Jake Hill on medium tyres is into a podium position. It's Power Max 1 and 3 with 2 laps to go.
Wow, he's gonna have to defend for his life for the next couple of laps. The medium tyres, your braking point is a little bit further back. You're not able to carry as much speed through the corner, so he's going to have to basically park on the apex for a bit. I think Adams might fancy a run here.
He might actually. Let's right on board then with Rob. And it's a result that he needs here. 4th place or 3rd place. And again, Jake going heavily defensive going into his turn 6. But watch out for Thomas because he may sneak a peek too. No, he's too far back. Will he go for the crisscross? I think he may have an overlap on Jake now into what's the series of corners at turn 7, 8 and 9.
The inside for the left-hander.
But Jake's going to have the inside for the right-hander. Now, where's Thomas in all this? Still behind, but gets a good run.
Are these 2 teammates?
Jake and Rob. No. Jake's teammates with Liam up ahead. This is what I was saying. Power Max 1 and 3.
Of course. Sorry, I just saw. I apologise for that, viewers. I saw yellow and black, and I thought they might have been teammates. That's my mistake.
Anyway, we've got a lap of racing to go, and it's a battle for the bottom step of the podium between the medium tyres of Jake, the super softs and Rob and Thomas Walsh. And they've got 1 more lap to do it, so it's anyone's guess who's going to get into 3rd position. But meanwhile, McEwen has really stretched his legs, and he's going to get his first win of the season, barring a mistake. But we did see from Graham that he did make a mistake, so anything can happen on this last lap. But it's all smooth sailing then for Liam. Ethan, how gutted he would have been after making that mistake on the 6th lap, which cost him a win and some vital points to catch up to his teammate Edwards, who's now gone into 7th place, so he has gone by Schauler.
Rob's trying to set up a move on Jake Hill, so he's got really nice speed through the chicane.
And look at Jake putting the block. Jake putting the block there. He was trying to cut the inside off there.
He went defensive super early there, and now Adams is going to go to the outside for the hairpin. Jake,
watch out for Thomas. He's late on the brakes there. That's going to cost him.
And Adams went for the over-under again, but Jake's going to keep. He's going to have a bit too much speed, so he's going to hold position.
Oh, look at this! Cutting the grass too. Now into this terrible turn 9. Who's going to be the one? They're all going to make it nice and tidy through there, but Rob's going to make a last-ditch attempt here. It's pretty much going to be a do-or-die attempt to get by Jake. Hopefully it'll be done cleanly, but he's all over the back of him.
Oh, he's tucked into the slip.
Look at Jake, he's going to over against the pit wall, but he's going to go to the inside. Here comes, no, he's going to fake a move. He's faking another move. He's going left, he's going right, he's going left or right. It's not really going to hurt him though. Anyways, McEwen is going to win. That's his first win of the season, and then Graham will finish.
Jake runs really wide, but he's going
to hold on. He's going to hold on.
Rob's
Graham will finish
flashing.
second. He's flashing. I think he's probably saying good racing or what have you. I hope. But anyway, Jake, what an effort that from Jake on the medium tyres to get third. Adams fourth, Thomas Walsh fifth, Massey gets sixth position. Ethan Graham, that's a solid effort to get seventh place ahead of Schauler. Ninth place goes to Clements. Austin gets a top 10. Leon gets 11th. Piper comes spinning across the line in 12th. And we're just waiting for John Thompson to cross the line in 13th place. And one retirement, Luke Mitchell, after his spin with McEwen. I mean, I wonder if that's going to be under investigation, McEwen on Mitchell. So I don't know, that could hang in the balance there for McEwen if that win would still count with that moment with Mitchell, with him being disconnected. So that could be in question, actually, McEwen's win, possibly. But other than that, what a battle for third place.
Oh, that was better than race one, I've got to say. A lot more action. You had 4 or 5 cars, lap on lap, just going hammer at it. That's what we want to see. That's what touring cars all about.
So there again, the unofficial results there. McEwen's got the win, maybe, again with the incident with Mitchell on the first lap. Graham will get second, Hill third, and I tell you what, Graham will be absolutely livid for making that mistake. I'd imagine it must be turn 4 where he went off, because he had that in the bag and he basically blew it.
Yep. Oh, he's going to feel gutted there, but he's got to put it to the back of his mind. And Luke Mitchell rejoins the room.
As he he must have watched the stream, so he can come back. I mean, I wonder if Luke will say something in the chat there, but it was a bit of hard racing on the first lap.
Let's just hope he has a clean race finally, just for his sake, because I did feel bad for him. In the first race, getting spun around, he had the pace to come back. Second race, he qualified really well, and then was challenging for the lead in the first couple of corners, but then had an incident, which happens. So now he's back. Done by a lad on mediums, says Adams. That
done
must
by
have been
what?
what he was flashing, and in the game chat, Adams has messaged. He's indicating that he's gonna hang up and quit. Oh dear.
So I'm just trying to get the.
There's no shame in that, Adams. If you're watching this, there's no shame being done by a touring car driver. It happens to the best of us. Yeah.
What are the chances of racing against an actual racing driver, though? It's very rare, isn't it? So I mean, when you're racing against a proper driver, it's exciting, though, isn't it?
It is exciting. I gotta say, I think I've raced against actual racing drivers in daily races before. So I think I raced against Mauro Engel. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a Mercedes factory driver in the GT3 team. And recently, my teammate, ARC Hallex, he raced against Esteban Ocon in a daily race, along with the Super GT and all of the big streamer lads. So yeah, they were all loving it, except when Ocon beat them, and then they weren't loving it so much.
No, I would imagine not. No.
Yeah. Any driver doesn't like to lose, whether you're losing to a touring car driver or your mate from down the road. It still hurts. You want to beat them.
Right, so I'm just doing the points as it is here, and I'm nearly finished. I've nearly done. Just need to put Leon's points in, and I think I might be done. So where did Leon finish? 11th. So As it stands, as it is, unofficially, Edward still leads the way on 78 points as we're getting ready for the third race of the night. Oh, don't exit there yet, Sean. We've got one more race to do. So, going into what's the 6th round of the championship, the last race of the night, Edwards holds a 6-point lead over his teammate Ethan Graham. McEwen, whose second race could be under threat here, sits in third with 60. Then fourth for the championship is Piper on 54, and Alex Austin sits on 52. So that's the top 5, how they go into the 6th race. But again, this is unofficial, like it was the points in the first race as well. So we'll get to see what it is like officially maybe in a couple of days' time. But this guy, Thompson, who did well for the Power Max in the first race, and he's sort of struggling in this car for this race. He's not really had the results that he wanted to.
No.
Lovely. Anyway, let's have a look then at Chris Clements. Yeah,
Sorry, I completely spaced out there for a second, so just ignore me.
So Clements, 5th in the first race, 9th for the second race. It's going a lot more better now for Clements, now that everyone else is going to be on the Super Softs. And let's see what Mitchell can do. He wants some redemption. No, that's Leon actually. My apologies. Now there's Luke. So, like I says,
yeah, Luke must have steam coming out of his ears after the first 2 races. And he's shown he's got the pace, so he needs to just put it all together, have a clean one, and then hopefully it just all falls into place for him. And yeah, you know, he can have a solid performance in the last race tonight. Because when it all goes wrong, you know, you do want to quit, and you do just want to hang it up for a bit, throw your controller around the screen, smash your TV up. But good on him for coming back in here, and yeah, let's see what he can do.
Just to mention there, I forgot to say there that Ethan also picked up the fastest lap in race 2, so he gets another bonus point. So the gap now is 5. So Edwards is on 78, Graham is on 73. So the teammates first and second are just completely dominating this championship at the moment.
I'm glad someone's keeping a track of it, because I haven't the foggiest.
Yeah, you get a bonus point for the pole position, a bonus point for the fastest lap, and points is pretty much like the touring car points is what it is in, well, the real touring cars. Anyways, last qualifying, and who will get the extra point now? But everyone is on the Super Softs. Graham is the first one to go out. As the dust, the sun just, sun setting at Dragon Trail.
Oh, it's a beautiful sight. Sunset. Yeah, the track actually looks really pretty now.
That could be a bit of a problem there for the drivers there, because you can see the sun going into turn 4, and a lot of people have had their moments at turn 4, so that could be a little bit unsettling for the drivers.
I don't think it'll be an issue. No one has, unless you've got your brightness on the screen turned up to max, then yeah, I just don't think it's an issue. Like, in real life, yes, but the sun is nowhere near as bright in the game, so yeah, I think the drivers will have a nice, they'll be enjoying the scenery as they, they're bashing their doors together.
Well, at least it's not their back doors, put it that way.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no.
Alright, let's have a look then at Rob.
Are you gonna make a joke like that every week now?
No. You were the one that said doors, and I thought, oh, I'm not back doors then.
No, I said doors. I didn't say back doors. I didn't. Oh no. Let's move on. Who do you think is going to get pole?
Well, it's got to be either Jake. I think Graham would want it more, I would say, but I think the way Jake was in that first race, it'd be quite hard to put past Jake on getting the pole position here. Although in the first race though,
he wasn't on pole in the first race.
Yeah. That was Edwards, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean it's up in the air. McEwen's fast. I mean, you know, the motor-based team have been fast and qualified as well as the Power Max race, and I'd say it's going to be one of those 4 drivers going to get it. I think Ethan just run a little wide off of turn 4, so that's a lap ruined for Ethan. Yeah, because he's pulling off to the inside. Rob trying to get a bit of a toe off of Ethan.
I'm just seeing here as the drivers are coming through the first sector. So currently we have Jake Hill has gone purple in the first sector. He's the first person I've seen to do a first sector under 28 seconds. He's done 27.9 in that first sector. So Jake on a bit of a tear.
That's got to be the confidence from that podium finish on the mediums. That has to be.
I think it's also going to be the confidence of being a touring car driver.
And that too, yes.
Yes. Clemens is currently quickest in the middle sector though, and he set quite a nice first sector. So can Clemens do a surprise? You know, he was up there.
He's got a toe though. I mean, that's definitely going to help. Thompson was a little wide through the middle of turn 14 and 15, and
yeah, but
may have hampered Clemens a little bit.
Well, he's going to get pulled around nicely by Thompson going through the final.
That's a nice distance, and it shows he's nearly 7 times quicker. Although Edwards goes to the point now. Thomas Walsh goes third. No, Jake's gone to the point. Yeah, he's gone to the pole. 35.5. And he does have Schauler just ahead. And Mitchell, I think he goes in last position. I think Mitchell's done another mistake to be there in 14th place. So it's not gone well for Mitchell. There's yellow flags being waved. So someone has had a moment. Just noticing there, Austin in 5th position. I'm guessing
Schauler's had a moment at the chicane. He's just waiting.
He's parked up. So again, not a good qualifying for Schauler.
And that's his lap. That's him done. So yeah, not good for him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he qualified 12th in all of the 3 races. If he stays 12th as it is. But
I have absolutely no idea. That is a very specific stat to bring up. I'd be quite impressed if that's correct.
I'm pretty sure Graham's going to be quicker because he's down in 13th place. So that was because of the mistake he did on turn 4. So he's going to definitely improve. He's actually got Edwards, his teammate, just ahead of him. So teammates are going to work together. Go on.
Piper set quite a nice middle sector. And he's green in the first sector, so I wonder if Piper, he's currently in 11th place. I wonder if he's going to move up the order quite a bit. Because he's 1.2 seconds off of Jake Hill. He won't be too happy with that first lap.
Thompson improves, and Piper goes into 4th position.
Yeah.
And only 9,000 slower than Clemens.
Yep.
Jake actually improved his time actually to a 35.4, and Austin improves his time to go to 6th. Mitchell improves, and where does that put him? In 10th position. So there you go. Look at there. Rob Adams only down there in 13th place. That's not good there for Rob. And Schauler is going to qualify in dead last. It's not been a good qualifying day for Schauler, but we have seen a race pace. He is pretty good at that.
Well, qualifying is one thing. I think, you know, in some respects, qualifying from last is nice because you can see people taking other people. You can see other drivers taking each other out ahead of you, and just, you know, slowly pick your way through the field. Maybe he's doing a last to first challenge for the fans.
Yeah, well, good luck with Schauler trying to get by Jake and Lewis and that. All the best to him.
Yep.
So Hill, that's confirmed. Hill gets a pole position. So we've got Edwards on 3, Graham on 1, Hill on 1, and Piper on 1 for the first 6 races. And Schauler just needs to control his thoughts and just see what he could do in the 3rd race. But you can see Hill to Edwards there, 0.2 of a second. And then there's a 10th over Clements, who is 9 thousandths ahead of Piper, and then McEwen in 5th. So what's been a good day for the Power Max boys, I have to say.
I mean, when is it not a good day for the Power Max boys?
Well, wasn't it Brandt the first round last week?
I am surprised though that Graham Graham, who before his incident, he's qualified down in 7th, and he was, you know, potentially going to win race 1 before
2.
Or is it 2 even? Yeah. Numbers.
So we go in the final race of the day, and it brings you like this. It's Hill from Edwards, Clements, Piper, McEwen, Austin, Graham, Walsh, Thompson, Mitchell, Massey, Welsh, Adams and Schauler. That's the 14-car grid, and we're getting ready then for the final race for 10 more laps. Everybody's on the super softs. Expect this to be carnage, I reckon. The notes are up, the red lights are on, and away we go. And I'm wondering if the BMW will get off the line super well like it has before, and it looks like Jake's gonna hold on to the lead, I reckon. But is Lewis gonna have a look at the inside, side by side for the first corner? And is Jake going to go a little bit wide through the first corner? He may have done, but Edwards gone into the lead, and now they're going to be 3 abreast into towards turns 2, 3 and 4. And I think McEwen actually backed out of it there, but he may lose a couple of spots. And now Ed Graham is already up into 5th position, qualifying 7th. He's gone by 4th position. He just went by Clements on the outside of turn 4. So great effort there from Graham.
He must have heard what I said, because he's not waiting around for anybody. Some great moves. It's Clements and McEwen. I thought they were going to go 3 wide into the hairpin there.
Clements is down to 7th now.
Graham, but yeah, so McEwen up to 5th with a forceful move on Clements.
Oh, and look at Mitchell. Mitchell's up into 8th position now. So Mitchell
and Jake Hill's down to 3rd.
Oh no, Mitchell! Mitchell's hit the gravel off of turn 9. Don't spin it, Mitchell. He's down in 13th. What a disaster this has been for Mitchell.
What happened to him?
He just went off at turn 9. He just carried too much speed at turn 9 and went into the gravel trap, and
I think he needs to settle down on the first lap of the race.
Piper's gone into 2nd, sorry.
I did say, so I said that before, and someone's run wide up ahead of it's the 9th place. Who is that? That's
Adams.
Rob Adams, yeah. So he went a bit wide, and I think Leon Walsh may have been able to take advantage of that.
Oh, and here comes Adams to the inside.
Of the sweeper.
Yeah, has he got the move done? Going into his turn 1, clips a bit of the grass, but Walsh will hold it on the outside of turn 1, but Rob will still hang it to the inside. And also look at the background there too. Thomas Walsh is trying to make a double. I think that was trying to make a pass on
That is great defending from Leon Walsh there, holding off Rob Adams, despite the fact that Adams had the inside for both the sweeper and the chicane. As Clements is slow up ahead, he's going to defend the inside from Leon Walsh. Walsh going to go.
That's going to compromise him.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Yeah, Clements took a really horrible line, and it really, compensated for the next corner.
Jake Hill's down into 4th place, and he's been passed by Graham. So Graham from 7th is up into 3rd, and he's going to defend the inside.
Yeah, and Graham passed him at turn 6 at the hairpin.
But Jake's gone back past him into 3rd place with a really, really nice dummy into the quadruple right-hander.
And look at Austin, he's not too far back there. The Rick's Racing Hyundai driver up there in 6th position, further back though. And again, look at that, Clements scraping the wall on the straightaway coming in with turn 14. He's trying to find any which way, trying to get by Liam Walsh. Now he's got the inside maybe. No, he doesn't. Welsh holds on to 7th place. Been a good outing this year from Leon Welsh. 5th, I think it was 6th in the first race. He was racing on the mediums in the second race, but here he is again, fighting for the strong finish. From Adams. But I think he's going to have to surrender. Oh, is he? That's such a fast first corner there. 5th gear they're taking it, and again Clements holding on.
So Adams has tried 2 moves on 2 different drivers into that first corner and not been able to pull off either of them. He's going to need to rethink his strategy just a little bit.
John Thompson ended getting to the back of Mitchell on turn 4. They really shortcutted through that corner. It's further up ahead. Jake Hill.
Oh, Hill goes into
contact with Piper.
And he's used that to make the move.
Piper gets into Graham.
If I'm Piper, I'm furious at that, because Jake Hill he's used the contact to force the pass there. I think that's definitely going to be looked at by the stewards afterwards. He put Piper out of shape for sure.
He's lost 2 places as a result, though. So Graham back into 3rd. Piper's relegated to 4th, and McEwen all over the back, and Austin there, still there in 6th position. He's just waiting for all things to unfold, really. And he'll be there to pick up the pieces, I reckon. And you see Graham going heavily defensive. Yeah. Which Piper's going to have a look on the inside. Graham's not going to give him any quarters. Was there a bit of contact, maybe? I don't know.
Probably there was contact. I mean, touring cars.
That is typical touring cars. Anyway, let's have a look then at this battle for 7th place. And again, Leon is going to protect this 7th place by nearly going into the middle of the track. Now goes to the right-hand side of the track, trying to break the
slipstream. Yeah.
He's trying to break the tool.
He knew that Clemens wasn't close enough to make the move. He just wanted to break the slipstream so that he wasn't catching him, but it hasn't worked. Look at Clemens. He's pulling into the braking zone as well. He's now almost 3/10 back.
Rob has had a moment somewhere, so he's down in 40th place. Thomas is slowing down.
Leon gets it all wrong, and now that's going to allow Clemens to get a nice run. Leon goes defensive early, but then you've got that grunt of that BMW. He's got the outside line, Clemens does. Into the hairpin. Who's going to brake later? Clemens is going to brake later. Can he hang around the outside? No, Leon holds on to the position really nicely.
Oh, he just lost the traction.
Yeah.
He got on the power too early and lost the rear. And you got Schauler there too, there in 9th position, who qualified 14th, and like I said, he's definitely got some decent race pace in that Lexus. But it's still questionable what happened in the first race with Schauler and who was it? Mitchell.
Well, there's a big battle for 9th place here as Richie Massey goes down the inside of
that was Schauler.
Schauler, yeah.
And now Mitchell wants a piece of it.
Yeah, Mitchell now, he's worked his way back up into 11th. So he's started to settle down. And we'll see if he's got the pace. You know, again, you've got 7th place right ahead, you've got 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. And Thompson is not far off either, so that's a 5-car battle potentially for 7th place. And then you have a 3-car battle for 4th place between Piper, McEwen, and Austin, yeah.
Now starting to fall away from Graham and Hill, so I'm wondering if Piper's actually holding up McEwen and oh, is Alex is really struggling here? I probably could be, because McEwen's all over the back of Piper.
I think Piper was maybe the bottleneck, so he was in 2nd earlier. He might have been the bottleneck for Hill and for Graham, but he didn't deserve to get shoved out the way he did by Hill. So he now finds himself in 4th place, trying to fend off the likes of McEwen and
Thomas Walsh has left the room. Ah, well.
There must have been a disconnect. Very unfortunate.
Oh, look at McEwen with a late move, and I think that caught Piper unaware. And look at Austin, like I said, he's there to pick up the pieces and up into 4th.
Oh no.
Like what I said there, Austin was there to pick up the pieces if anything happens, and there it was there. It was a gift for him.
Austin. Yeah, I mean, it's opportunistic, but Piper must be furious because that's twice the drivers have bumped him, and it's allowed everybody to get past.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have a look here if there was actually contact with. Let's have a look. No, there was no contact with Piper and McEwen. It was just McEwen just did it really late, and it caught Adam unawares, and up into 4th then goes Austin.
There was contact. There must have been contact. Because I could hear the contact when I was riding on board with Piper.
Back out front.
I could hear the metal, but it's not over, and McEwen is now taking a look. He's going to try and get the run on Austin. Or sorry, is that Adams? I can't remember.
That's Austin. That's Austin. And again, he's doing exactly the same what he did to Piper the previous lap. This time it didn't work. Austin also is another racing driver too. So he can defend his positions quite well too.
Austin?
Yeah, Austin is, yeah. Alex Austin.
He's a race car driver though.
Yeah. He used to race in Gillette Juniors with Jake himself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Ginetta
things you learn. The things you learn, rascal.
That's a big part of driver. That's a big program for drivers to develop in the UK, actually.
Yeah, and that's how the likes of Jake Hill grew up, and he drove in Ginetta Juniors. The man, we'll just look at him right now. He grew up in Ginetta Juniors and went into Porsche Carreras, and now there he is making a name for himself in the British touring cars.
Awesome. A nice scrap. McEwen getting a little bit of a run through the final corner, but unable to make it stick.
The Hyundai is actually pulling away from the Mazda on the straightaway, just a teensy bit.
Yeah, the Hyundai's got decent straight line speed actually. Does the Genesis?
Okay, and then just look how much time he lost there because he was in the dirty air. And then is that going to allow Piper to close up here, riding on board then with Piper? Now into its turn 2, turn 3, the nasty sausage curb, and turn 4, another nasty sausage curb, which they pretty much shortcut it. Lap 7 out of 10, so 3.5 laps to go, and it looks like there's a good battle behind. I'm trying to see who that is. That might be for 11th, I reckon it is, with Charlotte and Mitchell.
There's also a battle with 7th place. Leon going to the outside of Clemens into Clemens goes a bit deep.
Clemens actually found a way
Leon's
by. Oh, he's gone by again, so
yeah,
Welsh hanging out with the big guys.
These two exchanging positions every single corner.
And now
that's going to allow Richie Massey to close up to the back of the pair of them.
Now Massey's got to be a little bit careful here because that's his teammate just ahead of him. So, and as we say in motorsports, the worst thing to do, don't make contact with your teammate. But Walsh is holding his own.
You can make contact with them, just don't take him out.
Yeah, don't take out your teammate, and hopefully that's not going to be the case here. Further forward, there comes McEwen, and he's making a move on Austin, and he's up into 4th position. And Austin's going to be content to just hold in the 5th position, although Piper wants to have a look on the inside. Austin was a little wide. I don't think there was contact with... Yeah, well, that was...
A little wide. That was quite wide.
I don't know if Austin had a bit of help. No contact at all, I don't think. But he still holds on to 5th position.
Leon goes very defensive, but Clemens is going to take much more speed through the sweeper. He's going to be on the outside for the chicane, though.
Now where's Massey in all of this? He's holding it. He's got the inside here for turn 3.
It's going to be the outside for the final part of the corner, but he might be able to get a nice run. I tell you what, this defense from Leon
it's been fantastic. Yeah, it really has. Meanwhile,
Very
they're 3
impressive.
ahead. They're 3 abreast up ahead. And Austin's down in 6th position, is he? Has Piper got the run?
No, I don't think so.
Door handle, they're rubbing
because
doors.
Austin's going to be inside, but Piper's going to be inside for this next corner.
Oh, McEwen may have held up Austin a little bit, and I could have helped Piper to get through, but no, it didn't. Anyways, let's have a look at the battle for 7th place. It's still raging on, and here comes Thompson. So we've got a 4-car scrap now for the 7th position. Because Thompson's welcomed himself into this battle. We're nearly coming up with 2 laps to go, and I think Jake is closing up on Edwards. It's less within a second now.
Yeah.
So
look at his
this
last
could be
2
a grandstand finish here.
Jake setting 35.1 on his last 2 laps. That's quicker by 3. I think that's 3/10 quicker than he went in qualifying. And he's now within half a second.
He's in the 34s.
34.9.
He's in the 34s.
Wow.
So yeah, and his fastest time in practice was a 35.0. So Jake is definitely on it, and he wants to get his second win to help us sharpen the Drivers' Championship. And Edwards is under a lot of pressure now.
He's just flicked a switch. He's turned it all on, and he's now hunting that win down. Half a second. It's 4
Oh, Austin just missed turn 3 completely wrong, and yeah, he's going to lose touch now with the battle for 4th with McEwen and Piper, unfortunately.
Jake Hill, the battle for the lead. He must have tried to go around the outside of Edwards at the hairpin. They're now into the S's. Now, if you're Jake Hill, where do you make the move?
Oh, I would possibly say maybe force a mistake, or it would probably be turns 14 or 15, I reckon.
Well,
or maybe turn 6. Turn 6 is also a good place to overtake the hairpin.
As Edwards runs a bit wide on the quad right, and now Hill's alongside. He's going to try and hold. He's going to hold Edwards narrow, or not?
I thought he was going to pin him down, but no, he's giving him the room. Here we go, then. Is he going to make it around the outside? Turn 14, now turn 15. Jake can't cut across. Last lap, then.
Edwards holds position somehow, so they're going to move on to the final lap, and you have first and second nose to tail. Who's going to win this race?
I'm just noticing there Thompson is past there Richie Massey, so that's another position gained for Thompson, and Clements has finally found a way by Leon Walsh, so Clements now into 7th, but he's too late to catch up on
Hill
Austin.
trying everything. He's trying everything he can. He tried to make a move into the sweeper, but unfortunately it was no dice. They had to settle back into position, but
oh, look at the run! Hill's got a great one off of turn 4.
Yeah. If I'm Edwards, you defend the inside.
Oh, he's gone for the pass in the grass! It's a pass in the grass! He's trying! Last lap then, and it's all out for the win! Is Edwards going to hug him into the inside? Will Jake shut the door on the exit? They're going to be still side by side. Look at this! Oh my goodness
they're side by side through the S's. Edwards going to have the inside.
Edwards got the inside! But Hill's going to have the inside for turn 9! Oh, you can't go through there, and Edwards got bar! Edwards is off, and he's going to lose second to Graham. And that was just hard racing. That was just hard racing.
He's going to have dirty tyres, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get back up to speed. Can Liam get close enough to make a move? No, I don't think so. So I think Edwards is going to stay on the podium, but that was hard racing between him and Hill for the win.
Oh, I don't know if there was any contact.
For me, he just understeered off. You know, that corner, it's not too wide. So Hill's going to take the win.
Yeah, Jake Hill gets his second win. Ethan Graham will get second for the second time, and Edwards will get third. Only Justo. Piper will come across the line in 5th. Austin, nice effort there to finish in 6th position. And Leon Walsh has found a way by Clements on the last lap. And Richie Massey's also found John Thompson away on the last lap.
I think Leon was ahead of Clements for the whole time. No.
No. Coming to the last lap, Clements was ahead of Leon.
Oh, I missed that completely. So that is. Well done, Leon, for getting back that 7th place. Brilliant racing from the pair of them. But then, if we're talking about brilliant racing, we have to mention this guy, Jake Hill. The way he attacked Edwards in the last few laps, setting consistent fastest laps, and then the moves on the final lap, they were going side by side through the S's. No quarter was given between the pair of them. And it's just a fantastic drive from Jake Hill, obviously.
Oh, and indeed it was. So there's confirmation of unofficially the 3rd race. Jake Hill won that 3rd race there. What a battle that he had there with Edwards on the last couple of laps. Ethan Graham, he got a second in the 2nd race, a second here again. Edwards in 3rd. McEwen put up a fight there for 4th, and then Piper in 5th. Alex Austin 6th. Great drive there from Leon Walsh to get 7th place. That's probably his best run that he's had in the touring cars for quite some time, actually. Clements will get 8th. Richie Massey in 9th. 10th place for Thompson. Luke Mitchell in 11th. What a disaster of a week the 3 rounds has been for Luke, as well as Schauler to finish in 12th position. Rob Adams in 13th, and the one retirement was Thomas Walsh. But overall, that last race was thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, you know, the first race, it was like kind of the opposite of last week, where everything was gotten out in the first race. This time round, the first race was a bit of a quiet one, and then the 2nd and 3rd race were just amazing racing. Amazing stuff.
Indeed it was. So anyway, the host has ended the game, so we'll just leave the stream that will just conclude the stream. So thank you all for watching the 2nd meeting at the BTCC Blueprints with STDash Designs at Dragon Trail. So I've been Sean.
I've been Rascal.
And we'll see you again next week for round 3 of the championship. So until then, see you later.